How are you, Tyrann?
Hey, Rich, how you doing, man? Good to be back with you.
Hey, last time you were on the show, you had lighter pockets. Now you got heavier pockets. Look at you.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So it's a good thing I can secure my kids' future for sure.
Now, obviously that is a measure of your success. We all measure success with that, what we make. Now, I'm wondering what this contract means to you overall in your life, in your journey, Tyrann.
Well, Rich, obviously, me and you talk quite a bit, and, I think the biggest thing is, everything I've overcame, I don't think it was necessarily, about the money or, even proving to people that I can play football. It was more about me being consistent off the football field, being a true professional. And I've been fortunate enough to come to an organization where they already had certain guys in place for me, like Patrick Peterson or Larry Fitzgerald. So it was really up to me to follow those guys' lead, and they did a good job teaching me the ropes. And I guess this is a win for everybody.
Well, but there are many guys in the NFL. I mean, the NFL is in many ways littered with guys who have had trouble pasts, certainly when it involves controlled substances. And then they're surrounded by guys who are of high character, and they still don't get it. And Tyrann, you are a remarkable individual in that regard. What has it been about your makeup, your journey, that you have been able to put your foot in the ground and pivot in your life the way that you have?
Well, Rich, I'll try to be consistent. Even going back to LSU, I will put together three or four good months, and then I'll slip up. You know what I mean? And I'll put together another 3 or 4 good months, and then I'll slip up again. And all those things kind of add up. So for me, it was just about being consistent, man, being true to my responsibilities and holding myself accountable. At times, we reach stardom and, we don't have anybody to answer to. Everyone tends to answer to us. And so I've been fortunate enough, man, to really be blessed, man, and God has really had some patience with me.
When you mentioned LSU, I don't know if you heard what Coach Miles said on Wednesday about your contract. He called the 2012 dismissal of you by him from the Tigers program, quote unquote, that's one of the worst things I've ever done, is what he said. What do you think when you hear that?
Well, if I can go back, I would, but at the end of the day, Rich, I think it really helped me out, man, because like I said, at times, we reach these certain levels of success and people just tend to give us second, third, fourth chances. And so I was grateful that Les Miles really put his foot down and suspended me and kicked me off his football team, because that kind of opened my eyes. And then sitting off football that entire year, man, it was depressing. So I was itching to get back to it, and I was really fortunate, man, and blessed that the Cardinals took a chance on me in the third round.
Tyrann Mathieu joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. What would you say to Josh Gordon, if you have a moment for him?
Well, it's that consistency I was just speaking of, man. Obviously, he's a talented player, man. One of the best receivers in the National Football League. But I think if he can be consistent with himself and be true to himself and understand his responsibilities and hold himself accountable, we can't say that it's our coach's job to hold us accountable, or it's our therapist or our counselor's job to hold us accountable. That's actually our job every day we wake up. And if he can do that, he'll be great.
And it's not just football, though. I mean, and again, everybody's situation is different. Your situation, Tyrann, is different from Gordon's, and there are many people who are listening to the show right now, I'm sure, who would love to know what is the secret to finding that consistency, though. It's, you say that you just want to be consistent and you're trying, but it can't be that easy as just saying it, right?
Yeah, you're right, Rich. But for me, I was beat up so much, man. Obviously, the string of failed drug tests I had at LSU and, just being blasted by the media, having family members turn their back on me, having friends, well, at least I thought they were my friends, guys, all those type of situations. I was just tired, man, and I was just sick of living that kind of life. I was sick of letting people down, and most importantly, I was sick of letting myself down.
So who's in the circle of trust for you right now?
Well, like I said, man, I've been very blessed, man, and fortunate, to really have a coach like Bruce Arians, to have guys like Patrick and Larry, So I've been extremely blessed and fortunate because a lot of guys don't have that. They don't have guys like Larry Fitzgerald or guys like Patrick Peterson on the team. They're kind of just in it by themselves. So I've been really blessed, man.
Tyrann Mathieu joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. When do I see you back on a football field? Let's get into this.
Well, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be out there practicing. But I feel great, Rich. It's been going great. I've been grinding really hard, man, and we got high expectations over here in Arizona. So I don't want to let my teammates down, but at the same time, I don't want to rush back out there and not be 100% because those guys know me as one type of player, and I want to be that kind of guy when I come back.
Yeah, what was it like? I know the answer to the question, but I'll ask it anyway. I mean, what was it like watching the playoffs last year, knowing, right, in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it was depressing, man. It was so tough because, we understood our expectations and we actually lived up to them. And, to get to the playoffs and me not being available and, us as a team not really playing our best kind of football, the air was just sucked up out of us. And hopefully we can rebound from that. We can shake back from that, which I know we will because, we got some great team leaders. We got a great coaching staff. And so we're really looking forward to this season. And we're going to treat this one like it's do or die.
And what is Arian saying to you guys? What is he saying day in, day out?
Well, BA uses a lot of curse words, but,
well, certainly if somebody's in his parking spot. We saw that.
Right. And, but I think the biggest thing with BA is, is to forget about last season. Obviously we want to take certain things from last season because, that's who we are. We're a team that can face adversity, that can set expectations for ourselves and accomplish those expectations. So, but him, he's all about team. He wants us to understand that we're all in this thing together, and he has high expectations for us, and he demands a lot out of us.
Now, you're mentioning about how, Tyrann, that you've got Peterson on your team and Larry on your team and how they've helped form a sort of a safety net for you in a way. How about you being part of somebody else's safety net, somebody like Robert Kimdichie, who comes into the league with a lot of question marks about what was going on with him at the collegiate level? What can you tell me about your role with him and how he's adjusting? I know he's got a high ankle sprain right now.
Yeah.
But what can you tell me about that?
Well, I met Robert on one of the pre-draft visits, and I kind of fell in love with the guy. He's one of those guys that's going to shoot you straight. He's very honest. And like I told him, the biggest thing with him, which was the biggest thing with me, was consistency. Be consistent, be responsible, and hold yourself accountable. I'm not going to call your phone every single day and check up on you. That's your job to do. But I'm here for you. And I think he understands that, and he's itching to get back on the football field. He's been handling this rehab very, very well, with the high ankle sprain, not being able to practice. He keeps a smile on his face, and I think that's the most important thing. Have fun with this stuff, man. Be responsible and hold yourself accountable because you're going to make plays on the football field because you're that type of talent.
Who's the toughest receiver that you've got to either cover or be part of defending, Tyrann, in the NFL?
Well, I guard. I had my first assignment was to check Larry Fitzgerald. First day I showed up in Arizona, I had to check a Hall of Famer, so that was pretty tough for me. And then last season, going up against Antonio Brown a couple of plays, he's definitely one of the better receivers in this league. And so I really look forward to those type of matchups, and I look forward to dealing with these bigger tight ends. I love that matchup for some reason. It's just I got this little man syndrome, Rich. I just love it.
I just love. I really have enjoyed, getting to know you, Tyrann. In the times that we've chatted, and seeing how you've developed into a man. And a man in this man's league. And I just remember at the combine where you're working out, and Dion was telling us, just don't sleep on this kid. Just don't throw him out. Just because of what happened at LSU, that he is redeeming himself and he's got ability. That's all he kept saying to every single one of us, Mayock, me, every single one of us. And then to see you actually realize it, it's just awesome. It really is, Tyrann.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you, Rich. I've been blessed, man. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for calling into the show, and let's chat when you get back out on the field, okay?
Okay, I will, Rich. Thanks, man.
I'd love it. You got it. You got
All
it.
right,
That's
take
it.
care.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.